Hi. If you're listening to me, I am wearing my pumpkin spandex leotard and I have on black lipstick and a spider on my face. If you're watching me, you know this. You know all of this. Unless you are blind, then I'm glad that I told you. I just finished filming a full day of Pamela Pupkin. For those of you who don't know, Pamela is my crazy Southern workout queen character. I came up with her years and years and years ago. And she's just one of those characters that has grown with me over time and for one reason or another still remains somewhat relevant. And it's so funny because we're in October and there are literally hundreds of thousands of people doing the Pamela Pupkin Halloween workout because Pamela always does these like weirdly specific themed workouts. And so I feel like a really low rent D-list Mariah Carey of like how she must feel around Christmas time when like everyone's always putting on all I want for Christmas is you, I feel like a really low rent version of that because every Halloween since like 2018, there have been so many remakes and they're just getting more. Like they're just getting more and more and more and more and more to the point where like I'm sick to shit of the Halloween workout song, but I felt like I needed to film some remakes of it just because, it is really, really cool to see families and just people doing this workout from all around the world. Like it's pretty awesome to see. And then I shot like a toddler friendly version for Pammy's World, which is my kid show. It's literally a show for toddlers. I really wanted to make a show that my kids who are 1 and 3 could watch. And so Pamela did that because in the normal version, she's like, squash Satan, kick him in the crotch. And I just thought like, that's probably not like YouTube kids friendly, like bash Beelzebub and like kick Satan in the crotch. Like, I don't know. So I switched it out for like, pick up the candy, put it in the bag, pick up the candy, put it in the bag, So anyway, we shot that, but it was wild because I was really nervous today, like really, really nervous. I was actually terrified to work today because, Stephen and I, obviously, we're separated. Well, we had kept our old house and turned it into our production studio, and that's where we filmed everything. That's where his music studio was. That's where we shot all of our sketches and our shows. Everything was done there. We worked there, and it's a mile away from the house that I live now. Well, I had not been back, and then Stephen now lives there. There was still a bedroom in there, and so Stephen is living there a mile down the road. And I had not been back to that house since the whole crisis. Like, I had not been back to that house for a month and a half since it all went down. That house, I wouldn't go there. There was really not much reason for me to go there. I mean, the kids live here and he'll come here to see the kids or pick them up to take them out. But like, the kids are here. I'm here. I didn't want to go there. It just made me feel scared to think about it. And also why, like we are separated. I wanted space and I have room to work and film here with, in the same house as the kids. And so I just was kind of avoiding going there. So I was really, really nervous. And like, we had some of our crew there today and like, how's it going to be? Cause like, obviously everyone knows that we're separated. And so I was just so nervous about working with him. Also because literally we had 3 shoots planned. And then this crazy thing went down, which we're not really discussing the details of it, but like shit went down. Okay. The day before our Pammy's World shoot at that house, it was not pretty. And it was at that moment that we decided to take time apart. I certainly wanted to take time apart. And I canceled all the shoots. It was like a big deal to me because I do take my work very seriously. And I felt this deep responsibility to stay consistent with the show that I cared very much about. But being that Steven and I were married, but also worked together, I thought to myself, if my business partner and I were in this state, and my business partner was saying or doing any of these things, I would no longer be in business with this person. I felt our relationship had become so dysfunctional that I was not about to do that. The old me would have gone, okay, I'm just going to work with him anyway. But because I'm lucky enough to be able to cancel a shoot, I did. So I made that decision to cancel all the shoots. We had 3 lined up. And long story long, I had not been back to that house. Chris, our DP, which you literally know Chris now because he's on Shane Dawson's podcast. He was Shane Dawson's DP for like years and years. And then Shane was like, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? Chris was like, oh, okay. Cause like Chris was always a DP. He was never like in front of the camera. And, but now he's all famous. So I always joke with him, like, are you too famous to be my DP? And he's like, Laura, no, I'll always be. I love him dearly. And him and his boyfriend work with us all the time. But we had all taken a break after everything went down. And so you can understand like why I was fucking petrified to work today. I didn't know if it was going to be uncomfortable. And I have to be honest, like we had a really, really great day. We shot 4 different songs, 3 for the kids show and then 1 for my like other pages. But we shot a lot of content and it was really, really fun. We laughed our asses off like we always do. I thought like when I walked in the door, it was going to feel dark and heavy and I was going to start crying, and that didn't happen. I went in and I went, man, I will always love this house. This is where our son and daughter were born, you know, like this is such a special house to me always. And the energy felt really, really good. And Steven and I worked like together like it was nothing. I also noticed this, like I noticed that, you know, when I work, I'm directing and I'm basically, I think when you're directing, if you're not controlling the situation, you're kind of doing a bad job. Like you have to take control of every aspect or like nothing gets done. And I think because I direct these shoots, I end up being bossy because essentially I'm the boss. So like that is great for my job. But as far as working with your partner, I can see now how much I'm in my masculine energy so much when I work. And he's always been very tolerant of that. And by the way, I have to say this, when we're ever doing a song together and he's obviously producing the song, he is so much in his masculine energy. I mean, to the point where like he'll snap if it's not perfect, but I understand, I get it because I get being a perfectionist and he wants it a certain way and he'll just go, stop, this is it. And it's like, got it. And I don't get offended because I know he's got this vision and he wants to protect it. And sometimes you can't always be so kind and gracious when you're in the zone and you know you're so close. So I wouldn't say that I snap, but like I'm certainly not like in my feminine energy of like, oh great, like I'm fucking about the business. And so I can see how that wasn't good for our relationship. Like being separated and then working with him again for the first time since the separation, I can totally see how that hurt our like intimacy and attraction to one another, because who wants to be like bossed around, you know? But that's kind of is what it is. Like, we work together, and that's why, like, but then, like I said, you know, when we're filming, I'm the boss. When we're recording the music, he is the boss, you know? So it wasn't like it was just all me. We both played those roles. But for some reason, I don't know, I could just really see today, like, wow, I get why this could have hurt. And that's not why we separated. Like, that's just one element, I think, that added to the relationship not working, you know? There was so much more to the story. But what's been really great is not working together. Like, I think that we could do this like once a month, film what we need to film. You know, it is fun. We did have a great time. He's a brilliant musician, and I appreciate everything he brings to the table. I love when he's on camera. And I just want to say this too, because I get tons of comments saying like, he doesn't want to do your comedy videos. Like, stop making him. He is a big boy. He is a grown man. Like, he will say no if he doesn't want to do something. He very willingly participates. So I just want to put that out there, because like, I feel like people are like, you're making him. It's like, no, bitch, I don't make him do anything. He can do what he wants to do. You know, I don't pressure him. Like, this is like, yeah, let's do this. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, it was really great and productive. And like, there were moments, of course, there were like awkward moments, because like everyone knows. And so, of course there were like little uncomfortable bits, but it was overall really great. And we were able to be professional and get the job done. And like, people also are like, whoa, we can't believe how well you're getting along. Like, we're not like angry at each other or like huffing and puffing. Like, we're actually, I think, kinder to each other now. And because, you know, that whole absence makes the heart grow fonder, I think there's an element of, it's a joy to see him, because I don't see him all the time. And when I do see him, the interactions tend to, not always, but tend to be really positive. The other thing is, since the separation, we both dove into our recovery. So we are both in a better frame of mind now than we were before. So he's going to meetings every day. So am I. Therapy, step work, connecting with other people. You know, it's like, we're just in a better, healthier headspace. So when we see each other, we're naturally just kinder and more tolerant. But I did notice a couple times, like, I wanted a certain shot or I wanted a certain idea, and I get really, what's the word? Not stern, but just, you know, I don't know what the fuck the word, you know what I'm saying? And I just clocked it, like, ooh, that probably isn't great for the relationship, me directing. Although Harry Styles and fucking Olivia Wilde, she's directing him all damn day long. She's bossing his ass around. He likes that shit. So, you know, anyway, I gotta say, him working on his own stuff, even though, yes, some of the videos he makes me uncomfortable, and I don't always know what's coming. And like, I'll open my phone and it's like, why a separation update? And I'm like, oh, what's the update? Fill me in. You know, like, there's definite things that, whatever, but that's who he is. He's shocking, and this is his journey. And I'm in acceptance of that. And, but I have to say too, overall, him working on his own brand and doing his own thing and focusing, you know, because he was, I don't want to say controlling, but like, he has an amazing work ethic, and he pushed a lot of that onto my career, which was great, but it was like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Whereas I wanted to start slowing down and focusing on the kids more. I was not interested in the whole grind. Like, I've done it for years, and I wanted to scale back and he wanted to push forward. So that was causing a lot of friction with us. And now he gets to do that. Now he gets to work like a crazy person, and he loves it. And he gets to film every day and he's writing a song every single week. It's wild. You should subscribe to his Patreon. It's brilliant music. Like, truly, he's absolutely brilliant. And his music is healing. And I listen to it every single night with Alfie, because Alfie will not sleep unless he falls asleep in my arms. So I go in his toddler bed every night for like 1 to 2 hours, honestly, sometimes 3. And I lay with him and hold him. And I don't care what any of you mommies say. Oh, you shouldn't do that. He's going to get dependent. I don't care, because he's 3. And this is a very short moment in time. And I presume he's not going to do this when he's 16. So I love these snuggles, and I do it. And I put on either water music or the For Laura song that Stephen wrote. And we put that on, and it is magical, and I use it as a time to meditate. I do my mantra. I think about things I'm grateful for. I visualize what I want to achieve. I just get grateful for the moment. And I say, let go, let go, let go. Because sometimes I get uncomfortable in the toddler bed. And I want to get up and go watch TV, but I can't because he's not fully asleep. So I have to practice real patience. And it can be really beautiful if I let it be. Anyway, I feel like us working separately, for the most part, 95% is amazing. And then I think we can swing, filming together once a month, once or twice a month, filming something together. I think we can do that. It worked today, I was very nervous, and it literally went better than I imagined, I'm also so happy when I'm filming. Like, I'm so happy when I'm making content, especially comedic content. Like, I genuinely don't, like, I don't know. What do you have, listener, viewer? What is like the thing that you do where you just feel so in the zone? And you could be tired and have no sleep, but when you start doing this thing, you just come alive, and the adrenaline just pumps through you, and time stops, and you just feel so present and so like, this is so right. Like, I'm one of those weirdos that believes that every single one of us has a gift. Every single one of us has a specific strength, or multiple, probably multiple. And that it's our duty to use that gift to better others, to, help others, like, to just use your gift to make the world a better place. I know that sounds like so fucking kumbaya, like, but that's what I believe. And I think some, like my mom, she's like, to be a mom. Like, that was always what I was best at, was caring for children. It's what makes my heart sing. It's what I absolutely love to do. Like, she always knew, it was in her. It was all she wanted. It's still her favorite thing. She loves being a grandma. That was her thing. That was her gift. She's so fucking good with children. It's incredible. Obviously, Stephen is music, is one of the things. I think we all have a thing. What is your thing? Do you know what your thing is? Like, do you feel that you have a purpose, or do you feel that you have a skill or a gift or a passion that you feel compelled to share with the world? And the world could mean your neighbors, your community, not I'm not talking about like has to be millions of people. I always say like, oh, I want to make millions of people laugh around the world. Like that was always my goal because I was always really good at making people laugh when I was a kid. And so I was like, okay, how can I make a living doing this and do this on a big scale? And I have this theory that like there are funny people in every single town, every single neighborhood. There are like the jokers, and that the universe, God, whatever, like planted these jokers in every single block of every single neighborhood just so we could all get a laugh, you know? And now we have this ability to, with social media, we have global distribution at our fingertips, and we can just share that humor with the whole world. And I think that's really, really cool. And I think that's why I'm like, I used to think, oh, I'm the funniest person ever. No, I'm not. Like, damn, there are so many funny motherfuckers out there on the internet. It's amazing to see. And for the first time in years, I don't watch them and go, damn it, I should have thought of that joke. I watch them and go, thank you. Now I don't have to do that joke because you did it. So thank you. Like I'm at that point in my career where I just want to like scale back. I have a film idea that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to write that. And then I have this brilliant woman that is going to help me write a live show, because that's another thing that I really want to do. And then I want to keep going with this podcast and start having like really inspiring guests on. So like if there's anyone you think of that I should interview, please let me know. I want to do that like once a month. I was thinking my makeup artist today, her name's Icky Vicky. You should follow her on TikTok. She's brilliant. Icky Vicky. She is amazing. And she suggested Julia Fox. And I thought that was a great idea. But anyway, I just wanted to share my day with you. And thank you for listening. And I hope that you liked listening to me. I hope you liked it. Please comment below. What do you feel your purpose, your gift, the thing that brings you the most joy is? And do you feel connected to that? And do you feel like you're doing that thing enough? Or do you feel like you need to figure out what that thing is? I'm very curious. Okay. Lots of love to you all. And as always, think about or write down 5 things you're grateful for, because it's really hard to be pissed off and grateful at the same time. All right. I got to go to the kids because I have got kids. So I'm going to go make sure that they stay alive for one more day. Well, no, oh my God. I didn't mean that. I meant one day at a time. I meant today. I'm going to keep my children alive. That sounded very morbid. I meant that I am going to go keep them alive forever. That's what I meant. Clearing that up with you. Until next time, I love you. Kisses, hugs. Enjoy your day, please, because you're going to die. You are going to die. Okay. Here's a quick tool for you. I'm delirious. I've been filming all day. Every hour on the hour, just remind yourself that you're going to die. Not to depress yourself, but to remind yourself of your mortality. And I promise you're not going to sweat these little fucking stupid small things that are, getting you upset, because we don't have time to waste, right? Life is so short, and we're put here and we're meant to experience all the emotions, the good and the bad and the ugly. But we're not maybe meant to stay in those ugly ones. And so reminding yourself of your mortality puts things into perspective. You woke up this morning. A couple people you love hopefully woke up as well. That is an amazing day. That is an amazing day. Okay, that's all I have. We're all gonna die.